Paul's in jail. He's looking around. He's like, I can't visit the churches. What can I do? I guess I'll write letters. That's all I can do. I'm stuck in this jail cell. I've got nothing else to do but write letters to the churches that I wish I could be visiting. I'm sure I could be making a much bigger impact if I was out visiting those churches. But instead, I'll write letters. What Paul couldn't see is that the Bibles that you and I hold, half the New Testament, is comprised of the letters that Paul wrote when he was where he didn't want to be. Who knows that you are here for such a time as this? All of a sudden, Esther pulls back and she sees her life the way God sees her life. That she is positioned there for just this purpose. That she was made beautiful for just this purpose. That she was swept into the bachelor contest for just this purpose. That was why she was there. Esther got the big view of her life. And I wonder, do we see our life as bigger than just us? Do you realize that you are here on this earth for a purpose? I thought when you become a Christian that now you have God in your pocket. Now you can give him your list of the things that you want him to do, and he will gladly do those things. Since he's the creator of the universe, he will make it happen for you. So I told him about 25 would be when I would like to get married. When I hit 30, I began to pray a little louder. You can imagine, ladies, when I hit 40 and I was still not married, that I began to suspect that God was deaf. I mean, this is a 15-year prayer now. This is way later than I had in mind, God, you know. And so at 42, when I got engaged, the hallelujah chorus broke out in my household. I'm not kidding. My mom had been planning to have these bridal showers, and so she finally had them, and I picked out my bridesmaids' dresses and purchased them, and then I got the most beautiful wedding dress you've ever seen, and just a couple of months short of my wedding, my fiance, who was a Marine reservist, going deployed. And he was going to be gone 9 months. And I tell you what, we did contemplate the shotgun wedding, but I'm like, I've waited too long for this. We're going to do it right when you get home. And unbeknownst to me, in the course of his 9-month deployment, his ex-wife, who had left him, began to have second thoughts about their relationship. So when he got back, we actually broke up, and he remarried his ex-wife. Which, ladies, I want to be clear to say, is an amazing story. I just didn't like my part. But I'm happy to tell you there is a happy ending to this story. And because this has been such a long, drawn-out story, I thought you have to see a picture of the groom that I ended up with. So I brought a picture. You see, I have a butterfly in my bouquet, which is a huge symbol for me, because when God brings us to an end, and we wake up the next morning, if we're still breathing, God's not through with our story. It was never my dream to get married at 49. I never prayed to say, God, I hope at 49 I'll get married. I never prayed to be a stepmom. I never prayed, Lord, I hope I get to raise another woman's child. These were not prayers that I had, but this is the way God packaged the answers to my prayers. And God has used those things the most powerfully. I have so many single people who talk to me about singleness and the pain of singleness for so long because they know I understand. They know I've lived it. I have step-parents who have talked to me about some of the struggles and the challenges of step-parenting because they know I've lived it, and you have your struggles too. That's what God uses most powerfully in our lives. Paul talks about this in 2 Corinthians 12, 8 and 9. He's given a thorn in his flesh. And 3 times he begs God to remove it from him. You can read this. And God doesn't take that thorn. He leaves it. Whatever it is, we don't know what it is. And he says to him, my power is made perfect in weakness. And that is so true. We do not know God more powerfully than when we experience him in our weakness.